I mean, I'm pretty sure that 100% of the parents out there aren't like super stoked on being a parent.
You're alone again. I shouldn't be thinking of you, thinking of me. I know.
Greetings, everyone. This is Mike, and this is the Daily Bread podcast, the weekly bread where I talk to you and you listen. Today, I'm going to talk about how I am the last of my last name. Like, I'm the one who holds my last name. And I had this as a note in my phone, my iPhone. I have these notes of like topics to talk about. And I think I wrote this one down in the beginning of doing the 52, what is this? Doing an episode every single week for a year. I was trying to think of like how to make these topics mix between fun and like I guess serious or just whatever, kind of open up the doors about whatever I'm thinking about. And this was one of them that I wrote down, and I chose it because I was talking to a bunch of people, like friends, over last week or the last couple weeks, and we were just kind of discussing if, like the people I was talking to, we were just in conversation about if we'd ever want to be in a serious relationship or have kids or not have kids, or the clock is ticking to have kids. And I actually did an interview with someone on my other podcast recently. Hasn't come out yet, and they have kids. And they're in their 40s. And I said, it's interesting that I'm talking to you because I'm 41 now, and the guy I was talking to was 46. And I said, so my phone was ringing. I had said that's interesting to me because, like, he's at the point where I am now was 5 years ago, but he's also with his wife and had been with his girlfriend or wife for like a while, and then they decided to have kids, and now he's got 5-year-olds, and or like they're twins. So I was asking him, I was like, it's interesting that I just talked to you because I was thinking about, do I even want kids? And he's like, I really love my kids. He's like, it's so fucking hard, and the problem, he's like, the reason why I was kind of against it initially was because I knew I was just going to go all in, and I was going to have to become very selfless and just focus on them. He goes, and I was like a very selfish person prior to that, or still kind of am, and I just knew like I had to give all that up, and so that's like kind of what I'm struggling with. Like, granted, I don't have anyone who's on the roster, I guess, of who I'd marry. But the fact, so it's like, there's a couple factors. Like, one, being 41, it's like, that's a thing. Because I don't know, I don't want to be like in my 50s where I'm running after toddlers, because I don't really know about the energy for it, as everyone tells me, because it's very draining. And like the other is that my last name, I'm the last one with the name. Like, I carry the name. And so that's like interesting. Like, it doesn't like weigh on me heavily, but it's definitely a thing, and it's kind of there. And I mean, granted, all that shit's made up. Like, everything, I mean, everything on this planet is just like we just kind of figured it out one time and just like said like, hey, this is the rules, or this is the way it's gonna be, and everyone's like, oh, that sounds like what will follow for the rest of humankind, or humanity, I guess. And so I don't know, it's like I got this thing of, I mean, I don't know if it should bother me, or it, like, how much it does bother me. Like, even thinking about it, I'm like, I don't, it's like I don't care, but I also care because I used to want kids, and I've talked about that many times, and I used to want to have like a bunch of kids, and now just from being single for so long, it's like I just don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I know when you have them, I guess it's cool and your perception flips, because then your world is just surrounded by the chaos of having a kid. And the kids seem to be like, I've seen, like, my buddy's got daughters and he absolutely loves them, and they're like they're like super close, and like I've seen stories on YouTube or Instagram where there's like the guys and their like sons or daughters, and they're super tight, and it just looks like really cool, and they look like really happy, and they're like buds. So that part of it looks great. And the part that obviously can suck is when the kids are just assholes or I don't know. I mean, like one of the fears is if you have a kid and they've got some serious disabilities, that's definitely scary because so much of that's happening these days. And like I saw someone yesterday, I was driving to brunch, talk about just doing my own shit, and there was a woman pushing her kid or the yeah, like her child, and her child looked like they were disabled in a wheelchair, and like my mind just went to more of like the negative aspect of that, and then she could be completely happy, and the kid was just like looking around, just had a smile on his face, just looked super happy, and but you could see that they had disabilities, and I'm like wondering what the mom's life is like. It's like their whole day and weeks, months, like every single part of their life is just um, what's the word? Inundated, succumb. It's like just that kid is her life from that 2 seconds of driving by somebody. And I was like, I don't know if I'd be down, man. Like, I mean, if I had a kid and that happened, like, granted, there's like a switch that's flipped on, and you just, take care of them unless you're like a piece of crap. But it's like, and you don't get to know if that's avoidable. It's just, I mean, these are like the things you talk about when you're by yourself or you're selfish. It's like thinking about that. Like, I have total freedom right now, and so it's like, would I give that up just because I have to pass my name along? And if so, is there a chance that my life could just become shitty? I mean, I'm pretty sure that 100% of the parents out there aren't like super stoked on being a parent. Um, so I don't know. But again, I've said it many times. Like, I also don't know what if I was talking to the 80-year-old version of myself, if like that version took a time machine back to present day and they were talking to me, like what would they say if they're by themselves? So it's like me at 80 years old by myself. Am I cool with that or am I like miserable? So it's just something to think about. It's just weird. So I don't know like if anyone out there is listening is single and you think about this too, or if you have kids and you think about like what your life would be like without them. I'm guessing like when you have kids, you'd be like, there's no way. Like I think it's not the kids you want to be without, it's just the freedom. That's my guess. Or maybe the financial burden or the stress or all of that crap that goes with it. But yeah, so I don't know. But again, I could say this and then I could easily meet somebody and all of these questions just get answered automatically because of feeling, which is also could be fucking stupid because I'm an idiot who definitely is guided by my feelings, and if I make decisions, life-altering decisions based on that, which I have in the past, then that's it. But what if I'm right and it's cool, and I'm with that person, and we have a family, and it's awesome. So there's that aspect of it. And then I read a story last year about this guy who was in his 50s and he realized he wasn't going to have kids. So he ended up adopting 5 of these boys who were they were like teenagers up to their 20s, I think. I think the ages were like, I don't know, 14 to 22 or something. And he did all 5. Like he got all 5 of them at the same time. And the article was like, yeah, it's definitely trying, but it's cool at the same time. I just thought that's wild. I mean, there's always that option. Like one day I'm just like, well, these poor kids are in foster care. Like everyone wants to get babies, and these kids are teenagers. All adopt a teenager. I mean, how often do I think about that? Like that's probably the first time I've said that or thought that since I've read that article. But when I read the article, I wasn't like, oh, I should go do that. It was like, damn, that's a that's I guess love or that's fucking stupidity. I don't know. Like that's pretty fucking aggressive. So So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this won't be like a long podcast episode. So I don't know. I don't know how someone makes that decision where it's like, I guess I'm glad that this isn't weighing me down because that would be pretty shitty if I was just like, oh, I have to pass my name along. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, why? Why would I have to do that? It's kind of like, I mean, we have a pretty cool family, and it's kind of cool to keep that the whole thing going on. But I don't know. I don't know. I am at a standstill. I have no answer for this, and it's just something to talk about and just kind of get out of my head or get it out of my head onto a microphone and make a podcast episode out of it. So that's what this was, and hopefully it was not boring. So, on another note, I'm thinking of making birthday cards as my new venture for Daily Bread. So I was thinking of making one that says like I paid $20 for this birthday card, and then the card's worth $20. I thought that'd be pretty dope, and just like charge a stupid amount of money. But I think because birthday cards, I mean, obviously they last all year long and are all year round. And I just did the Valentine's Day cards. I thought they were gonna sell way more. I thought it was so funny. But hopefully at the last minute, people were buying them for Valentine's Day at the store that I put them in, Munjo Munjo in Raleigh. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I think birthday cards would be cool. And charging like $6 or $7 for them kind of makes sense because that's what like Hallmark does. So I'm trying to figure that one out. So I might just start posting some designs in my gram, in my stories, see what people think. So that's on the horizon. And if you haven't gotten the couples checklist book, you should do it by going to yourdailybred, BRED.com, and you should buy one or buy like 50, and you can give them out as gifts, or you can use it with your loved one to see how well you know each other and have some fun activities that are cute and fucked up at the same time. So that's fun, and that is it. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, I have a new GIF. If you look at Daily Bread in Instagram stories, I did a new one of a guy eating a taco because my buddy Chris, I posted a while ago, was like, what new GIF should I do? And he's like, you should do a taco or something around tacos. I was like, why? He's like, because I love tacos. So that one, basically, I made for him. So you can use it as well. And you could also look up, I think, Taco Love. Let me see this here. So you go to Instagram, you click on story, take a photo, and then at the top there's a little box with a smiley face, and you hit GIF, and then put in, let's see, Taco Love. Yep, I'm in there. I'm like in my phone, I'm the top right. Just dude, he's just eating a taco. So you should go utilize that in your stories, and then tag me at your daily bread, BRED. And that's it. So if you are a person with holding on to your last name, you should think about if that matters or not, because I'm trying to figure out if it does for me. Okay, that's all I got.